Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Christmas edition. I know we're not all dressed up, but we've tried to make it... Oh!
Excuse me, I am dressed up.
What are you dressed up as?
Skink Christmas.
Skink Christmas?
That's what I'm dressed up as.
The night before Christmas?
Yeah, and if it'd paint me green, I could have come as Grinch, but then it's getting...
I hate Christmas. That's my favourite, one of my favourite Christmas films, that.
Bah! Humbug.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. You look... I don't think it's going to fit over your hat, that, Harley.
You'll do. Yorkshire Santa.
I'll tell you what, I
Santa.
don't know about anybody else, or does he look the most fucking depressed Santa you've ever seen in your life?
Well, it's Yorkshire Santa. They're always depressed.
He looks like he's been in a department store and 3 kids have pissed on him.
Yeah, well, you don't get Christmas presents off Yorkshire Santa. You get cups of tea.
Do you?
Yeah, cups of tea.
I am from Yorkshire. I used to get Christmas presents and maybe a couple of things you didn't really want.
Yeah, I didn't tell you, mate, that wasn't Santa.
No, it wasn't. No. It was my uncle.
I'm sorry to burst your bubble.
Can we just alliterate that Mr. B just said I'm from Yorkshire?
Yes, he did.
I did.
Aha.
Yeah, it's Christmas. I can't say he's from Derbyshire. I can't tell the truth at Christmas. I have to lie.
It's Christmas. Right,
I said he's dressed up as Yorkshire Santa. I didn't say he was Yorkshire Santa.
You never know. Well, thank you very much, everybody. I know there hasn't been shows, and we are very sorry. It's to do with health and work. It is so nice to see everybody in chat, and I hope you are all fine and dandy. Thank you so much for supporting us week in, week out, when we are actually here week in, week out. But yes, it is the festive season. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm not feeling that Christmassy yet. I don't know about you a lot.
Sorry, is it Christmas? I hadn't noticed.
I'm not being funny, but there's a big twinkly star at the top of your head.
That's just my bald head. But no, I'm not Christmassy at all this year. In fact, no, to be fair, I'm starting to get into that. We're doing Christmas completely different this year. We're having a barbecue for Christmas dinner.
I heard that, yeah, I've read it.
Which is going to be awesome. You know, as long as, even if it rains, I'll go out with an umbrella, so it's not really an issue. But it's just, and Mrs. B will be in the hot tub. I'll be doing barbecue. So it's gonna be a completely different type of year this year. We're going for an Australian Christmas.
Oh, a bit like Stu Valentine, who was in chat. Nice to see Stu.
Exactly.
My brother once did a barbecue for Boxing Day, and it was absolutely freezing. We didn't realise that we were all going to be standing outside. So we had like I think either Fern or Ollie had just been born or something like that. We had a baby, one at Little Elizabeth. It was a bit too cold. That's
what you have, one of them fire pits, folks. We've got a fire pit now. You know, we've got the hot tub, which bubbles at 47 degrees, so it's like a happy Egyptian day.
What's actually on the menu on this barbecue? What you have is turkey steaks?
No, proper steaks. I've got a Barnsley chop, some sausages. We've got all sorts of little bits and bobs. Some chicken and turkey. Turkey's too dry for barbecue.
You're telling me you ain't going to
peppered steak? Yeah, peppered steak.
Give me Bobs. It's something a little bit different, isn't it? You're doing something a little bit different.
Of course it is.
It's not of all of you sat round table. We're not having everybody round this year. Obviously, with everything that's going off, we're not having everybody round. So it's just going to be me, Lou, the kids, and my dad. It's just the way things are, and it's just how it's not being well either. It's I just didn't want all the hassle. Then I'm back to work on the Boxing Day. What about you, Ollie?
I personally think it's brilliant. I was told that we're not invited to the family meal this year. I don't think I've ever been so fucking happy at Christmas. Fuck that! Yes. Eventually, we have to go on Boxing Day. I don't think I've ever cried so much.
I don't know about anybody else in chat, but I'm one of the. It can be one hell of a stressful day. We normally have like 11 to 12 people round, so you've got like your starters, then you've got your main, then you've got your pudding, and I get 2 tables from across the road from the pub. We put them in the room, and I've got to get all that, and you and your wife are trying your best to make sure everything's coming out on time, and there's a couple of squabbles in the kitchens over fucking dauphinoise potatoes, and you know what I mean. You start.
Fuck that, man. No, that just wound me up.
And then it gets to that point where you've all ate and you put the table down and you're all having a little bit of a beverage. I don't know why I said that, Louise. We're having a beverage.
Beverage.
And you get to that point where it's like 7 o'clock and I'm nodding. I'm like that. And you're thinking, oh, they suddenly start going home. I just want to get in bed.
One Christmas we had my mum and dad round and Mrs. B, bless her, cooked her little heart and soul out. And we had the Christmas dinner. It was lovely. And I remember sitting there directly after dinner looking at my parents and going, well, you're not fucking off now. Thanks for coming and everything. The presents are lovely. You're not like fuck off now.
Yeah, I know. I really, obviously, my brother might be watching the show, but I love Mark being there and Jan being there and my sister and everybody there. But you do get to that point of the evening where you think, oh, do you know what? I just want to go and get in my bed. The kids are quite happy. Because the other thing with the kids as well, they want to open absolutely everything. And it's like, you know, like, and you spend 16 hours. I don't know about anybody else again. Just say they've got a truck. Now, before, there used to be maybe a couple of laggy bands around it or whatever connected to the box. Now they haven't. They've got all them twisty things, and sometimes they've got screwdriver, like Philip said, screws in them. So you spend 17 hours trying to get them out of the box, and then they play with it for 5 minutes, then they want to start another one.
And you've never got enough batteries.
Oh, no.
Oh, God, no. No, never enough batteries on anything.
I've told Corey, our eldest, that he has to work in shop Christmas Day. I said, you're working Saturday? He went, it's Christmas Day. I went, exactly. He went, I'm not working Christmas Day. I said, mate, think of all them people that need batteries. And you can sell them at a reduced cost. You're working Saturday.
And
you
best
can open
of all,
at 6 a.m. and close at 6 p.m.
Best of all, it's single time.
Yeah, it's single time, yeah. You're doing it for your presents. Well, like normal people, we're gonna carry on with the show how it normally runs because we've forgotten how that works. And once again, to everybody, thank you for everybody who has joined us in chat. We are going to do the replay if Ali's remembered. I'm not sure if he has.
This one's for all the cool cats on the replay.
So the people on the replay from the last show from 2 weeks ago.
I have got it. Just let me refresh it just in case anyone else is last minute posted.
Here we go.
Oh, and if anybody's comments have been withheld or anything, I haven't looked at that either to make them thingy. So,
right, here we go. Paul Schofield, great show, Aidan, Mr. B and Harley, as per usual. Unfortunately, I'm working more, so can't watch live for the foreseeable or join in members' chats, Aidan. Big love to you all. And to Louise.
Oh, bless.
Nice,
and all your irregular chatters have missed you. We've missed you too, Paul.
Holly, you need to grow a beard.
Do you know, I can't.
You'll sit there stroking your beard, you know, like it's your favourite penis. you need a beard.
It's nice to finally have a penis. Do you know, I am naturally jet black haired, and I am the least hairy person you will ever meet. It's bizarre.
Did I just hear him right? Him actually saying it's finally nice to have a penis.
Yeah.
He did, yes.
Well, we'll start as we finish. We're ready to go on.
Army Man Brad, great show as always, boys. I completely agree with Aidan. Harley needs to start drinking so he's not so boring. Very wise, very wise.
Big love to Brad.
Wow.
Let me just switch back to Zoom. Can we just fucking see, right? Out of all the boring bastards on this show, who's embracing Christmas here? Who's trying to fucking liven this shit up just a little bit, huh? It's me.
It is.
I reckon you read his comment about a week ago and thought, I'll fucking show him.
No, actually, this is from last year. That's why it's even flatter than it's supposed to be. Tam Dyer. Yeah, Tam. Great shows. A big shout out to all yours. All keep up the great work, guys. What's your views on these ridiculous disposable vapes? Don't get Mr. B started. And can you see a ban coming on them as the younger generation are getting their hands on them a lot easier? Huge fan of all yours. Huge fan of yous all. Do you know the interesting thing about disposables is they are now cheaper to vape without an up cost than smoking is. I mean, 20 deck of fags is 10 quid now. Well, that's going to last you just as long as a.
Depends what cigarettes you go for. Depends. Have you seen the cost of Marlboro? Ice water.
Yeah, but you're not going to see 13-year-olds walking about with bloody Marlboro. Richard Kidd. Yes, but China's economy is based off. Now, I think he's got a few typos here, so I'm going to read out it says, and then I'm going to read out I think it says. Yes, but China's economy is based off smaven labour, and that's the problem. They will either exo or implode. So I think it's supposed to say slave and labour, and that's a problem. And they will either expand or implode. Explode or implode. It could be either. Thanks, you four. It was delightful to read your comments. Even yours, Army Man Brad. It's starting to grow on me. I just wish I'd grow on you a little bit.
Just to go on about these, bro. I picked a couple up from Finn down the shop, and obviously I've gone back to working in a town venue, and it's so surprising the amount of people who are using these, and the age is such a wide. You've got the older generation, you've got the younger generation using it, and I did speak to a few of them, and I did say this on the UK Vape show last week, that they're basic, what they're saying to it, and I didn't explain exactly what you're going to say to him, Mr. B, but she was like, the couple I spoke to were like, there's no funny around me, I don't have to fill it with any liquid, it lasts me 2 days, I don't have to charge it. And that's what they were thinking. And if that's the way... The only thing that I think about them is obviously the environment. That sort of bit of it. But if they get
some off the cigarettes, fine. I can almost cope with it. But for someone to say to me that a simple basic starter pod is complicated to use, I would literally look at them like they are the thickest person on earth.
So you'd have to open your eyes first.
Yeah, like the Novo kits. The Novo kits, literally, just charge it up, fill the pod, put it on, throw the pod away, get a new one.
Exactly.
It's as simple.
If someone says to me that is too complicated to use, I would literally look at them like they are the stupidest person on earth.
Again, though, you can't do that, because if that's what that person wants to do, and if you can, in the same way as they've got an opinion, you've got an opinion as well.
Yes.
And they've got two choices, and they can either take your opinion or just ignore it.
And if they spoke to me long enough, they would see that I'm correct.
It does work on the basis of people are starting to use them because there's less faffing with them. And then after a couple of weeks, it is quite easy to then say to them, look, you're spending £5 a day, £5 2 days on these. If you buy this kit for 25 quid, you're going to spend £5 on juice and a coil.
I tell you what,
what
I have found with these, though, as well, they are absolutely... the flavour on them, a really good, strong flavour from them all.
The flavour, yeah. I mean, I can't knock them for flavour and things like that. And they're even starting to bring out direct to lung disposables as well, which surprised me a bit. I was like,
that sounds a bit dangerous to me.
Who was it? Wasn't Geek Vape? It was. I'd have to find the tweet. But no, they started advertising. It might have been Vaping. I can't. Now, they started advertising direct-to-lung disposables, which is aiming at people like me.
Yeah, I think...
Ooh.
I think that's
to me, the only reason why I would buy a disposable ever is if I was going on holiday or a business trip to London or something like that. That's the only reason why I would ever buy a disposable, because I don't want to take my 150 quid vape with me.
A very close mate of mine that is... he is the guy that's in all my juice reviews, that does the juice reviews with me. He started buying them every week. He'll come in and buy between 2 and 4. And his explanation is same as Aidan has just said. When he's out in town, especially during winter, you don't want to be going outside the cloud, so you can stand at bar and have a discreet little vape where no one's bothered about.
Yeah.
But Easy Click asked me to feature in an article as the view of mainly as a shop owner rather than as a reviewer. And I put forward 2 main points. 3. The environment impact, the youth, and then there's the third one, which is the dodginess of them. If you look at what happened with the geek bars, apparently all the bad shit about geek bars were all fake bars. But Corey turned around to me the other day and said that in Derby you can buy elf bars for £3. Now, here's a problem with that. The reason elf bars are £5-6 is because they cost £6, including that at wholesale. So if somebody's selling you one for £3,
it's a dodgy.
The fucking dodgy as shit. And now you've got to wonder what juice is in it, how safe is a battery. You know what I mean? This is where we're going to the American territory of people going to hospital because they had some dodgy coil. Even the dodgy metal in the coil can be bad for you. Dodgy cotton.
Again, this is why again, they shouldn't be sold in the local booze shop. They shouldn't be sold anywhere else but except on a vape shop where that's that it's going to be it's going to be regulated that they're done right, and it also then helps with the vape shops as well that they're going to the right place to get it.
I don't think they'll ever be banned. I don't think there'll ever come a time when they get banned. I just think that, for me, I hate the argument that, we get them because they're easy to use. Well, so is a starter kit, pod kit.
Well, no, again, Finn's just made a great point on there. I sold someone a T18E kit with Nick Salts. They came back the next week saying the kit is great, but she has arthritis, so she...
There are certain circumstances where it's like, no, fair enough. Like people with bad eyesight, people with really bad dexterity. I get that, fully get that 100%. It's the majority of the market, not the minority niches where there's, you can make an example for or a case for them using disposals always. But there is, for the majority, for me, to go on to using disposables as your main vape device is antiquated.
Like I said, this is where we change it. I've had at least 2 people that have explicitly said to me, do you sell them disposable things? Yeah, they're there. Have you vaped before? No, I'm going to try and cranberries. I don't want that fasting. I don't want leaking juice. It's quite intimidating. Bearing in mind, you're walking around with a packet of fags and a lighter. So now you've just got to get this out. It doesn't leak. It doesn't do jack shit. And use it.
And you're saving money because what are they? 4 for 20 quid you can get them for?
Yeah. Yeah, and like I've said, sorry, Les, and like we've said all along, it's a great gateway off cigarettes and onto vapes. Because there is people, like I said, I've had 2 people that have come in and want them because they don't leak, you don't have to change coil, you don't have to fill it, you don't have to fuck about at all, you just use it like you would a fag or pop and you don't even need a lighter. But then after 2 or 3 weeks, then you get this Novo out and go, look at this. All you have to do is put juice in there. When that's done, you throw it away and put another one in. And that's it. And then they go, oh, yeah. And then you go, you're spending £5 a day. I guarantee if you start using this, you're spending £6 a week. They go, oh. You know what I mean? It's that escalation of, right, this one's a little bit more fat there, but you're going to get off it. And there's another benefit. You can come down nicotine. All disposables are 20 milligram. Come onto this. We can bring you straight down onto 12, 9, 3. Bang. You're independent. You ain't got nicotine anymore. You're free. That's how, as a shopkeeper, we do it.
I think, like Buddy says, I totally get where you're coming from, Mr. Bionit, but like I say, it's down to choice.
I knew you would jump on Bunny's fucking point like a fucking
but that's the bit that I'm trying to get through.
It does come down to choice, and I get that, but it also comes down to knowledge. And then 9 times out of 10, when you all I said was I have a problem with people saying that I use disposables because it's easier. When
it is easier.
When a pod system isn't hard to use.
To you.
Up me duck has just put, they need to sell pre-filled disposable tanks for pod systems. They do. There's the thing called the VOOS, or is it VOOS Vape, where you buy the system and then just buy the pods that are already pre-filled.
All big tobacco brands.
They've been out for years.
Exactly. So
that's how the pod.
Why is that harder than a disposable?
That's well. Again, there's probably more waste, I would imagine.
How? Well, you're not throwing away batteries. You're just throwing away the pods.
True. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Which are probably recyclable.
But they've been out for years.
Exactly. So if you've got them, why are they harder to use than a disposable?
But it's the same concept.
Well, no, because you're not throwing away batteries. So it's a different concept.
No, I know the batteries. I understand the bit of where the recycling, and there is a lot of places now, especially I think is it Geek Vape that are doing them, where you can send them back, and I think and they also.
I think Totally Wicked are doing a thing where you can exchange them or some shit like that.
Yeah, so if things like that start coming in, then yeah, it's exactly the same. But I think the biggest thing is the preference. I personally don't mind them. I personally don't mind them at all. They're very simple.
No, I think, like I said, I think they've got a place in the market.
There's everything on my desk that I use from, and I'm one of these. I don't mind them because they're just simple. So, and I'll tell you the other thing I like about them. Is going to, if I'm working, I'm not taking anything that somebody can lift. If they nick one of them, then it doesn't really matter.
Like I said, there's a place on the market for them. My only issue is when someone uses them purely because they're easier than something like a pod system.
But like I say, that's because right. It's same as rebuildables. People think to use a rebuildable, you have to fuck about. Mm-hmm. But then when you go, no, actually, and this is why I, unlike pretty much only shop in the fucking country that upgrades people to rebuildables. And that's because they go, and you go taste that. And we taste it, but obviously I haven't been able to do it in the last 2 years. And we go, wow, that flavour. And you go, yeah, here's an RDA, let's build it. And then if you like it, you can keep it. You can buy it. If you don't like it, it's fine. I'll have it. And then you show them that the coil's already built. You just cut it, put it in, screw it, put cotton through them. They go, that's a lot easier than I thought it was. And you go, yeah. And it's the same thing. They don't want the carrying juice around. Battery running out on you. Blah, blah, blah. They don't want it. But I think the biggest, if not the only concern for the vape industry is how many kids are using these things.
That is.
I mean, we're talking from 11 upwards here. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And I don't know if I said it on this show or if I said it in a conversation with someone off the show, but before disposables came out, I never once, not once, did I have a under 18-year-old try and buy vape stuff. Now, every single day, they come and pester me. Even if it's the same kids. And luckily, it's my personality, but not knobheads because I'm one of them, innit? But they still come every day. But are you going to sell us one today? No, fuck off. Go and stand around the corner and wait for an 18-year-old to walk past like I used to have to. You know what I mean? But I didn't have that before. And it's as if now they go, we can afford them now. They're cheaper than fags. You know what I mean? But they are getting them from somewhere. And I see them around our area getting them from somewhere. So I don't understand why they're pestering me because they're obviously getting them from somewhere. You know what I mean? But,
yeah, the kids sort of thing a bit, especially when they start putting designs on it. But again, you've only got to look at alcohol nowadays as well. Kids are still drinking that and they make that into it. They make it into it. Just going in as well, I did read a little thing as well. Employees bullied or fired for vaping at work, study claims. In a new study, vapers in the UK revealed they felt anxious about returning to work due to workplace vaping restrictions and discrimination. Dozens of people say they have been fired, bullied and discriminated against due to their vaping habits, according to a study by an e-cig firm. After speaking to about 2,000 vapers online, retailers e-cig Direct said that 1 in 5 experienced negative reactions from colleagues due to their vaping, with 44 reporting bullying and 13 saying they were fired.
What, purely for vaping and nothing else?
Yeah.
I don't... Unless it's in unless it's in their contract to say you are not allowed to vape at this place, I don't see how they can fire them for vaping.
The mate that I've got that I've just been saying comes in and buys disposables to go out drinking, he constantly has a problem at work because quite a big company, huge company, in fact. You'd know if you were, if not, you'd have had the products, but I'm obviously not going to say what it is. But they make him stand with the smokers to vape. He's not allowed to smoke anywhere else on the grounds other than outside the gate or in the smoking shelter. And he's constantly argued, no, you're supposed to be helping me quit smoking. You're not helping me. You're now putting temptation right outside of me where I'm surrounded by it. And he constantly has to fight with, even to the extent of when it was raining, it was still
big love ball.
Go and stand outside or get him a smoking shelter. So he just went, well, that's fine. I'll go stand outside, get wet, and then you have to send me home because I'll get pneumonia. Oh, fine. Go and stand under that shelter then.
But they were saying on here that obviously vaping indoors is legal. And obviously sticking them in the smoke, like you're saying, in the smoke shelter where people are smoking, you're supposed to be quitting. That's like an alcoholic, like little bro vapes. It sits there and it's like going standing at a bar and shooting fucking vodka at them, isn't it?
Well, it kind of depends on company policy. If company policy is you're not allowed to vape on grounds, then you're not allowed to vape on grounds. There's no two ways about it. Rightly or wrongly, it's down to company policy. Yeah, so if they're getting fired for vaping, I would assume they've been warned about it, and there's a rule that says they're not allowed to vape on the premises.
They were saying as well that the people were getting bullied for it as well. There is there's a lot of sketches going around, isn't there, about these vapors and these that look like trains and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, vaping, it's not...
that's always
there are some sects... You've got to bear in mind there is a lot of misinformation about vaping, which does affect public view on it. Popcorn lung being the one that everybody knows. It's because of these misinformations and utter bullshit that have been spread by main media that, have tainted some people's views on it. And some people might... isolate those who vape or try and isolate those who vape using some sort of nasty, bullying tactics.
We're cutting it close here today. We're talking about isolating. We're talking about freedom of choice.
And you'll just put your wig on like you're in a court.
Yeah, I know. I actually thought it looked a bit like a ball sack hanging off my head. I can't remember what I was going to say now. It's gone. Okay.
Just while we're in, Paul McCartney's in chat. Congratulations on your third place on the e-cig Click Awards.
Yeah,
also, big shout out to Flat Cap Vapor. Obviously a previous caster on the show. Big love to you, mate. And also well done to Vic as well for winning it. And thank you so much as well for everybody who voted me. I ended up 4th, which is absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much to everybody who took the time to vote.
That's what I was going to say. The meme thing's always been there. I mean, it must have been about 10 years ago that the meme would get it, your vape went around. To the extent that people say it to you in the street, you'd walk down the street clouding, yeah, we get it, mate, your vape. You go, oh, you funny dickhead.
I think some vapors, though, really do fuck it up for the people who are trying the best not to mess it up. So if you take a venue such as the club over the road, we had to have a word with a bloke there. He's a lovely bloke. He sat there blowing clouds. And so if I go over there, I'll take a mouth to lung system or I'll take a little pod or whatever else. So you're just getting your nick. And if I ever get anything, I'll take something a bit bigger, I'll blow it down towards the floor where he was just like... Also, then you go to the sports bar, they completely got them banned because young lads or which are what young lads, go in there, just cloud chucking. So the whole place is then covered in vape. So it messes it up for everybody else. And I always say to people who do vape and they're out and about in public and you have got, say, an RDA or you've got a big sub-ohm tank, just be mindful of that. Some people don't like it, and chucking massive clouds out there isn't the best way to sort of. You've got to be. What's the word? You've got to be a bit respectful to other people.
I mean, it was same with cigarettes, weren't it? Back in the day, I mean, back when we all used to smoke, the one thing you never do with the cigarette is blow it in someone's face. It's the one thing you never did. You always blew it out of the way. It's vapors need to do the same thing.
Yeah, I can remember, going back again 8-10 years ago. I can remember being sat in my local in Sheffield, and that shocks must have been.
Is he? I never knew that.
And this time, I had a Vapemill V3. I mean, 25 watt, but it was wrapped in single chemical, so you got nice, decent clouds out of it.
Yeah.
And there was a guy sat in there, the only other person we'd ever seen in that vaping in that pub, and he was sat on an armchair, steady type bloke. And he'd just take a drag and blow it straight up in air. And we were sat looking and going, you're going to get it banned, you knobhead. But he were that type of person. My mate had the same mod as him that cost him 70 quid. And he overheard him saying to a woman at the bar that it cost him 300 quid. You know what I mean? Just that type of knobhead. Yeah. But look at me, I'm blowing big clouds, aren't I hard? No, you've been a right prick. Nobody wants to smell it. You've got smokers saying it smells horrible and stuff. You're giving people a reason to ban it. And then you've got Aidan sat in corner that you hadn't even noticed that it's vaping because it's that little, but he's going to get banned as well because you're being a dickhead. You know what I mean? It's
Gaily Bops, I could quite imagine that with Jules as well, trying to see the big clouds coming from underneath the table. But it's like when I went on the train with Daniel to Liverpool, I had a little device. I can't remember. I think it was the new MVP. And again, you can do that double inhale, can't you? Where there's just nothing coming out, so you can still get your nick fix. I know you're not supposed to do it, but it's that stealthy little bit of vaping that you can do without anybody knowing with these sort. But yeah, I don't think it gives vapors a great name when people are going out there just blow. And I've seen them walking around town just blowing clouds out, and then like I said, it sodded us up in the. But then I ended up conning, I hope they're not watching this, I did end up conning them saying that it was a vapeless vape. He went, what do you mean it's a vape? I said, there's no vape coming out. I said, sorry, it don't matter. So, but I just did that double intake, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So yeah, but yeah, I think there is some discrimination, but I also feel that discrimination, sometimes we don't help ourselves as vapors.
Yeah, them Vape Anywhere bags are good. Only problem with them is if you're clouding, you found that you'd hyperventilate because you go...
Proper coils.
The problem with the Vapor Anywhere bags is you can get vaporless pens. So if you had to go somewhere where you need a vaporless bag or Vape Anywhere bag, you'd just buy a vapeless pen.
Do you know
Yeah,
that
you don't want to be carrying it around.
that vapeless bag thing though ended up making me feel a bit light-headed because you like.
That's what I said. That's what I've just said. It's all right, but with little pens, you don't necessarily need them, and with clouds, it doesn't take in the air fast enough, so you end up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Proper Coils is... Hey, Trev, nice to see you, mate. Proper Coils is in the house. He started a YouTube channel up roughly about 6 months ago, I think it was. And he's putting out some corking reviews. Please make sure you go and check him out. It is Proper Coils. And go and drop him a sub. He is an absolute corking bloke. And also don't forget to go and check out some of his coils. They are absolutely fantastic. He is a show sponsor. There we go. And use Little Bro Vapes 10. Gets you 10% off. There we go. And talking about sponsors, obviously the wonderful Rochford Project, if you look just on the side, if you put, I think it's 3 Men Vape, I should know by now, you'll get 15% off while the show is on. Now he's released his new flavour, which is the Midnight Oil. You are going to get a chance to win some of that a little bit later on the gift ceremony. So yes, you've got a chance to win some of his flavours. You can pick that flavour if you want to try it. Thanks a lot, Gaily Bops. Gaily Bops put the link in there. Get yourself over. I think he's just hit 500 subscribers.
Good shit.
Which is good. Right then. I think we haven't got any tech, but I know we've got some deals. Mr. B has done his deal. So let's play the bumper because I just love this bumper.
A message from deep within the jungle. I've searched high and low for a lot of the deals. So here from Vape, Deals of the Week.
So we are now on the big screen. It's got all the festive shit's gone, so we can now see the deals of the week.
Pray that this works. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, vapors of all ages. I've got some deals for you this week, some Christmas deals. We are going to start off at our friends over at Evolution Vaping, who are selling the ZRDA by Geek Vape, or the Zeus, if you'd like, for £11.99. It was $19.99. You can get it in black, blue, gold, gunmetal, rainbow, or if you're feeling exceptionally cheeky, stainless steel. This, I believe, is a lovely... I haven't had one of these yet, but I'm told that it's fantastic. I'm told that it has some exceedingly good flavour. A bit like Mr. Kipling of RDAs, exceedingly good RDAs. Next up... Did you not? Well, you're a twat. Moving on to Vaping 101, we've got the Dovepole Blotto Single Coil RTA. Now, this one I did try, and I can tell you, a little bit finicky with the base, but... bloody good flavour. Was $34.99, now just $19.99, inclusive of VAT. You're getting black or gunmetal. I quite like the gunmetal. Don't know why, but I do. Moving on from that, we've also got the Watofo over at eSig1. Watofo Profile PX Dual Mesh RDA. Was $29.99, now just a snippet at $17.99. You get it in black, silver, gunmetal, blue, or gold, and of course rainbow with a little bit of gold fleck on top. So that is for $19.99.
No, Brad, we're going to do them after this, mate.
I think Bunny would like that. Moving on from that, or still at eSig1, you've got the Hell Vape Wire Rice Launcher Mini Sub-Ohm Tank. Was $29.99, now just a stupid at $15.99. It comes in blue, rainbow, gold, gunmetal, black, and sexy silver. That is what SS stands for, by the way, sexy silver, if you didn't know.
What was second colour?
What was the second colour? It is rainbow.
No, it went out. Third colour.
Gold.
Sorry, I just wanted to break your flow up a little bit just to be a dick.
Well, unfortunately, you didn't, because I am the master. Moving on, keeping on eSig1, we've got the Watofo Medora Pro 230-watt box mod. Was $49.99. It's been dropped to $29.99.
Well worth it. Really good mod, that.
Comes in King Kong Red, which is my favourite, being the world's best ape. King Kong Blue, which is like King Kong Red, but with blue. You've got King Kong Orange, which is like King Kong Red, but with orange. And you've got Retro Red, which is not a King Kong mod, so I won't bother with that. So there you go, folks. That is this week's deals. Just going to recap. You've got the Zeus RDA by Geek Vape, the Dove Pause single Blotto Coil, which is over at Vaping 101. You've got the Woto Profile PS Dual Mesh RDA. You've got the Hell Vape Y-Rice Launcher Mini Sub-Ohm Tank, and you've got the Woto Medora Pro 230 watt box mod. Thank you very much for listening.
That Medora Pro is a really good sturdy mod. That is really sturdy.
I believe so.
Yes, I've reviewed it. There was asking, we haven't done the actual handcheck time, so I think it's time now to do the handchecky time.
It's that time, people. It's handcheck time.
Handcheck time. We have to have big screen again for handcheck time because we've got that Christmassy thing. I always like handcheck time. It just shows that we know absolute shit all about vaping.
Well, we are reviewers, so we do know fuck all about vaping.
That is Army Man Brad, and that is Quest.
That's an Aspire mod, isn't it?
No, it's Lost Vape.
It is? I thought it was an Aspire mod.
Could be a Watofo.
I could be wrong, but I think that's a Geek Vape who's on top.
I was just going to say, you bastards, it's not. It's a Geek Vape mod. And then you went, that's a Geek Vape. And I thought that's what you were going to say. Ruining my life. It is, of course, the Dead Rabbit and the Thelma. Beautiful. And it is from Brad.
Army Man Brad.
Can I ask a question? Honest question. Is it Thelma or is it Thelema?
Flaming Nell, if I know.
Because there's an extra E in there, isn't there, after the L? I think it's Thelema, and everybody says it wrong.
Yeah, we all know what it means.
Yeah, but we're talking China here. We know they can't spell a word.
Right.
Craig Welsh with the Obelisk 200 kit. Courtesy of Aiden Little Bro Vapes.
I've looked at that mod more this year than any other. Because obviously, when you review, you've got to, especially when you're paying for your own stuff, you've got to pick and choose what you want to review. And that mod has come close to me buying it so many times.
It's good mod. He won that in the Patreon Best Members draw.
That's like the right off on Easy Click. They sent me the fast charging 65 watt kit.
Yeah.
They didn't send me a plug for it. Trying to find the right plug for it is a nightmare. I spent £25. I remember the plug came and it was a split charger, but only did 2 amp each. So I basically said, what's the point in sending me something to review, just assuming I've got a charger that I won't have?
I didn't even check that. I've got here the 65C. Did they just send the... I've not even had a look for that.
Yeah, it just comes with a cable. I put on my review, if you want to send me a fast charging kit, at least send me the right plug.
Would it, like at the back of my computer, I've actually got a Type-C. What's it? Won't that work?
It depends what power output it's limited to, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I doubt it, because it needs 45 watt 3 amp.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I looked at Amazon for about half an hour. I ended up buying something, and the thing that came were 40 watt 3 amp, but it was 30 watt 4 amp, but split into 2 sockets. So actually, the 20 watt 2 amp. Oh, I even messaged Flatcap just to double check.
That's like I'm back in metal shop in school.
I was going to say let's move on from fucking Geek Vape, but there they are with a 100M M100 kit
That's
by
really good kit,
Darth.
That's a good kit as well. It's really good for mouth to lung. That actual mod.
Did it come with a plug? Did it, Darth? No, didn't think so.
Well, that's not a fast charging one. The M100.
We could have still sent a plug, couldn't we? Huh?
Yeah.
Did we ever consider that?
Yeah. Send me a plug.
Oh, I love that mod. I'm hoping they've still got some in stock, so I want to order the one with the ape on it. I think it looks amazing.
Yeah, it is pretty sexy, isn't it? They like the graphics, do Dovepole. It's
Great.
Graham Spears.
Yeah, lovely bloke, Graham.
M3V2.
I've got the black version. But the seafood version does look so sexy.
I like a good bit of seafood. It's the Potentiomizer mod. Fucked if I know if I said that right. For a bit of fun, and the QP Designs Lethal RTA, which is looking rather sexy and shiny.
Big love, Mike. I hope you're okay,
loving
buddy.
the RTA there. Jesus, that's lovely.
It is very shiny, isn't it?
Ooh, I like the exhaust pipe sort of airflow unit there. That's lovely.
Yeah, that goes on bottom.
Oh,
So
really?
if you
I never
purge
thought
it
that.
comes
I
out
thought,
like a turbo.
I thought you put it on the fucking drip tip. Of course it goes on the bottom.
I didn't mean that. I meant it could. Oh, never mind. Kev Davies, iStick Power 2 with a Siren V4 with a wider West Dojo Berry Ice.
Again, that company's pretty good. They've got some really good deals on. Some of the juices obviously ain't gonna rock everybody's, but they've got such a wide range of juices. I tried quite a few and reviewed quite a few of them, and all the ones that I had were quite nice.
That mouthpiece is right long.
Yeah, that's off the. It's the. Yeah, it's the version.
What about
4.
Chinese?
It is, yeah, it's the version 4. Oh, what is it? I reviewed it as well.
Siren.
Siren, that's it, yeah.
If you were listening to when I read it out, you
Sorry, mate, I was setting up the Rochford.
Just saying.
Ooh, what's that?
Macaulay Duffin. It's not Macaulay Duffin, but that's who posted it. The Artra AK-47 pod mod with some pucker berry blaze.
I use that. I just use the blaze. That's me go-to Nick salts. I really do like that blaze. Really nice.
The thing I like about pucker juice is they do most of the juices blaze and not blaze, don't they? Yeah.
What's the difference?
Well, blaze is like a menthol kick.
Ah, right, okay. Why don't they call it chill?
Because that's not pucker, is
Blaze when it's like if you called a Vindaloo Blaze, you'd expect it to be hotter than a Vindaloo.
I think they're playing on pucker. They're like, no, never mind. Mike Haynes, go. Do you know, it still kills me every day that I broke my go. Mike Haynes with a go and the Arbiter 2 on the NM Labs Blue Double Barrel V3 with Serpent with 6mm coil and some.
Make sure you get over and check Lee Armitage's channel out as well. He's a lovely bloke.
And some, how dare I? It's the gorgeous Rochford project.
Inoco.
Mr. B, what you got?
I've got the Rebel Boxmon DNA 75 with, of course, the Rochford Project's Midnight Oil. Oh, beautiful stuff.
But yeah, can we talk about this Midnight Oil? Because I know he hadn't announced it, but we haven't really discussed it. I think we should discuss it.
We'll do that. We'll do that after we've finished this. We'll talk about it.
But my postman's a prick and he always holds mine for a week. Nigel Brooks, Bombardier on the Purge V2 with a fantastic. Have a fantastic Christmas, everyone.
Oh,
I like
thank
that.
you.
Donut. Ooh.
That's a cracking picture.
I bet that's nice.
Paul Grayson with a mod, an RTA, and some juice. That's a geek.
Nice.
Is it the 100?
I'm not quite without the proper look at it. I can't, but it does look like it.
I think it's the one with the locking button side thing.
Yeah, but the 100.
I think it's an Aspire one.
I've quite fancied trying that Yeti apple. I love a really nice apple vape.
I'm looking for a really good grape vape. That's what I'm looking for.
Grape is so hard to.
Oh, get a really nice grape soda vape.
Oh yeah, it's nice to get. I'll tell you who did do one. I Breathe or something like I Breathe, I think it was called. They did a nice one. In the disposable, but they also do the juice for it. But it's very hard to get a decent grape. A lot of the grapes always taste chemically.
Yeah, they do.
I'll tell you also another not Own Boy. I think it was Own Boy. They did a nice white grape.
Don't get Mr. B started on his grapes and berries. Chuffing now. Ramsey Solomon, MTL action with a Pandora, complete with a pipe mouthpiece on the Drag X. Chuffing hell, pipe mouthpiece. Goes on.
That's a proper piece, is that? The proper piece.
That is, isn't it? Bob the bomb.
I like that. I like that idea. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a good idea, that.
You could even use it as a pipe, couldn't you, really?
Easily, yeah.
do you think you lose any flavour?
Well, no. You see, the pipe that I had, which is pretty much the same setup as that, it didn't lose any flavour at all.
Yeah, but it'll make changes, surely. Vape temperature for a start.
Yeah.
Temperature, yes, but flavour, it's not.
And think of the condensation inside the mouthpiece. Shit, mate.
It's not that bad. It's not as bad as you think it is.
Because obviously, when you've got a drip tip, it's obviously the coil's much closer to your mouth.
Yes.
So you're going to lose some flavour.
Yeah, but it's not a massive significant drop, is what I'm trying to say.
I must admit, I've only tried a couple of pipes. I've never actually owned one, so it is something that I want. I'm gonna try and look into getting a pipe. I've always fancied one.
Really nice. I fucking love it.
I don't mean to be a dick from Derby, but you just say it don't lose any flavour, and now you're saying it don't lose as much as you'd expect. So which one is it? Does it lose flavour or
You
not?
fucking pedantic bastard. There is a minute drop in flavour compared to the average drip tip, but it is not an amount that you would for noticeable if you're not looking for it.
So it's minute. Is that your final answer, yeah?
Minute, yes, minute. Fucking pedantic twat. Get your beard back on, you were nicer with that.
I like that. That was fucking brilliant, that. So there's no loss of flavour. Well, there's a minute bit. Right, ladies and gentlemen, talking about the Midnight Oil. And don't forget, while the show is on, you have got 15% off by using 3Men Vape. I can't actually see my screen what it is. I think it is that. And we are going to talk about the Midnight Oil. If you want to win that, you've got a choice of whatever flavours you want. But stick a Rochford in, and then you will be entered into the giveaway. I don't know.
No, he's become my favourite friend. I'm constantly messaging him. Hit us up with some more fans.
Me?
Well, not you.
You're not going to say, fucking hell.
No, he's a constant thing. He's a top lad. And because whenever I pass, he's like, "Oh, I'll give money back." And I'm like, he's like, "Yeah, you do show and you post pictures on Instagram." I'm like, dude, I'd quite happy to pay 50 quid a bottle for this shit.
I must admit, it's the Rochford Project liquids have always been top notch. The Midnight Oil worried me. It could have been the first one that I really disliked because I hate coffee vapes. I detest them with a passion. But so far, I've got this ready to go and steep for a week, but I wanted to try it today because I've been desperate to try this stuff. And the one that I've used today, so far, it has achieved something that no other vape brand has done, which is make me enjoy a coffee-flavoured vape.
What I liked about it was it's got like a chocolate to it.
It's the coffee you get the coffee. What I like about it more than anything else is you get that coffee hit straight off the bat on the inhale. That's there. And that's the bit that makes you go, "Oh, I'm not liking this." And then all of a sudden it washes over with this creamy, sweet caramel sort of flavour. And I think that's what gives it its mocha-esque sort of vibe to it. But the creamy caramel flavour that washes in the back end just makes it absolutely lovely.
Yeah, I'm sort of getting, I don't know if Jay's watching or whatever, but I'm sort of getting like a chocolatey flavour to it. Also, I think there's a little bit of vanilla in there. I'm getting a bit of vanilla on the kick. I don't know if that's in the actual in the coffee or
the kick for me. It's an awkward one. The kick for me is that coffee, and it's the coffee that I don't like. But that is instantly washed over by this lovely flavour that it's creamy, sweet, rich, and it is a really nice coffee vape, and it's the nicest coffee vape I've ever tasted.
I've like I said to myself, I'm not a massive coffee fan. I've tried loads of different coffee vapes. I remember getting some from Nero, and again, they were not my sort of bag.
No.
Sometimes you get a really bittery taste with them, don't you? But
you're
not getting from that.
Call coffee taste.
It's got that sweetness. You're getting the coffee through there, and I feel that there's a little bit of vanilla in there, and it does that sort of like taste chocolatey.
I'm not getting the full-on sort of chocolate. You get like a chocolate vibe, like your taste buds want to go into the chocolate sort of direction. For me, it's picking up on the creaminess and the sweetness of like a caramel in there.
Yeah,
like a caramel latte is the easiest way to explain it. But it's just, for me, it's just that coffee right at the beginning that makes you go, oh, and then all of a sudden the niceness comes in. And that's what I like about it.
Again, I don't know if it's because I've had it steeping for a week and a bit. I don't know if that changed, but you'll be able to tell me that once you've steeped, because you've obviously had it at the beginning of it, and then
exactly. Mine's got to mature yet.
Yeah. What were you saying, Ali?
But I was going to say, even if, for anyone watching, anyone that thinks, well, actually, that's not really my flavour, do, seriously, if you've never had Rochford, go and have a look at the flavours. And any flavour you think, oh, I might like that, get it, try it. We've got our discount code, but then he also does free bottles. There's a discount on that in there.
Yeah.
It really is worth trying. It's a cracking brand. It really is.
For me, by far, the best flavour for me is that lemon curd. That is something spectacular. Truly spectacular. I think I went through that so quickly I couldn't even get the review out. It's amazing.
Yeah, Rob, you're totally right. We've always said this with juice reviews. Taste is subjective to everybody. That's how it is. It does. The coil that you've got in there, what you've actually got it on, what temperature you've got it at, it all does change the flavours and tones of different e-liquids. I always stay at my normal vape at is between 65 and 70 watts. That's what I do. But I know there's quite a lot of people who do juice reviews and they'll try it at a lower wattage and then try it at a mid-range. I also know, I don't know if it's Jackson Vape reviews. I think he does it with a mouth to lung, and then he does it in a different one, and he goes through the actual...
I used to do that. Yeah, I used to do that. What I find is when they say flavour is subjective, I've had so many arguments on this. For me, when somebody says that, it doesn't mean that for one person it's going to taste like apple, for the next person it's going to taste like bubblegum. What it means is it slightly changes the tones of stuff. Like heating up a liquid can bring out caramel flavours. It can bring out the different tones in flavour, but it's not going to change it so much that it makes a massive difference. And for me, it's the same with the best thing for me to test a vape on is an RDA.
Yeah,
because it's the best device to test it on. Because generally the coil is right next to the drip tip, so you can get a really good hit from the flavour.
Not like a pipe.
Not like a pipe. No, you'd never test a flavour on a pipe.
That's right. For years and years, I always used to use, which I still do when I do vape reviews on juices, is the Wasp Nano, because it's a really good RDA to use. The
Wasp King, which is on its way to me, I bet it's going to be fantastic for vape testing. The Wasp King.
I've got a couple of them.
It's basically it's a drop 1.5 with the Wasp base.
And I always use the Aladdin from Keys as well, single coiler. That's always been a good one as well.
Yeah.
I didn't really think that, Rob Stanley. I didn't think about the drip tips changing flavours that much, but I'll have to think about that and have a little try. Right then, it's your last chance. There's 40 eligible users. Come on, there's worth more than that. And we have got, I don't know how many people got watching. Please get the thumbs up. It does help with the algorithms and gets that show out there, ladies and gentlemen. Because we are coming to one thing.
I love that. Hashtag pipe suck. Yeah, that's generally the idea what you're supposed to do on the news.
Yeah, give it a go. Suck. But yeah, don't forget as well, like we said, you've got that discount code over there for the Watchford. Right, I am going to roll it. And let's see who the winner is. Stuart! What a nice win. He's a lovely bloke, Stuart. Stuart.
Congratulations, buddy.
Stu, you know my email address, but I'll just put it there. Please make sure you email me, because there's been a couple of winners that just haven't emailed me. So if you don't email me, or at least let me know, I cannot get it sent out to you.
I had a giveaway returned the other day from South Africa. It arrived back last week. It got sent out in August last year.
Jesus.
A year and 3 months for it to come back, because he didn't collect it. So they gave him 40 days and then returned it. But a year and 4... No wonder he didn't collect it if it took 6 months to get there.
You could have walked it to him quicker.
Yeah.
The thing is, you get obviously as being reviewers, you know what it's like getting stuff in from China. It's like Toma, who's in chat. He bidded on the Inikin stuff for what we won with the auctions, And so, by the time you let know who's won it and then they're going to send it out to it took over 4 weeks for it to get here, which is about standard for China. It took them about a week and a half to get their arse out to get it sent over. So it's on slow boat for China, and we're still just now getting them sent out. I think Rob's is getting sent out there. But that's the thing, when it's getting posted, you're in the mercy of whichever vendor you're sending it out with.
This is very true.
Especially if it's international. It's like I've had stuff that I've sent over to Australia and also to US. It's took maybe 2 weeks. I've had other stuff that I've sent out. It's probably took about a month and a half. It's just down to however fast they move it.
Especially the last 2 years, because we've had COVID that has had a slight effect. Then we've had Brexit, which has had an even bigger effect. So I remember one point, I was getting something from China, and it was like, oh yeah, it's been shipped. And I'm like, well, where the fuck is it? Oh, it's sat in a cart waiting to be put on a ship. How long is that going to be? About 3 months? Oh, fucking marvellous. And I think that were COVID related. So that's not made things any faster, has it? No.
That's right. I thought it was the vapor who did the sucking. Where did you get a vape pipe which does the sucking for you, Mr. B? I want one of them as well.
I never said that. I said, I like that. Hashtag pipe suck. I said, yes, that's what you're supposed to do with them. Suck them.
You didn't.
I did. It's exactly what I said.
It doesn't really matter. It's like when they say when a train passes by, doesn't it? Don't stand too close to the edge because it'll suck you off. I'm like, hey! Right then, ladies and gentlemen, it has come to that time. Merry Christmas to everybody. Say your goodbyes, Harley.
Goodbye, one and all. Thanks for joining us on our one video a year. We are really sorry. We do try and put all effort in to get here.
It is normally that I've been balling, I've been working.
And especially with things like Aidan just going back to work and stuff and people not being well. So he's finding a new schedule that we can all get adhered to and things. But we'll work it out one day.
No, it'll all be...
we'll see you next Christmas.
Yeah, we'll all be back. Obviously, we're now going to be having our Christmas break and we will be back in January and it'll be just go back to normal of us on a Wednesday night at 8 o'clock.
Chat, you've been delightful. Nice to see you eat my noob food. You should go and check him out on Twitch. He's a gamer. Cracking gamer at that. Everyone that came into the replay, thank you. Even you, Brad. Thank you. Everyone that posted pictures. And we didn't get as many today. I presume that's because people weren't expecting us to be live because it's not something we do very often.
We've got to have a habit, that's all it is.
But yeah, Aidan, Mr. B, it's been nice to see you, including Mr. B. How strange. It's been delightful, guys. Weird. I wish you all a very jolly Merry Christmas, even if you do have to see the in-laws. I don't have to, so fuck you. Thank you, guys.
Over to you, Mr. B.
Well, all I'm going to say is have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and a lovely New Year. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thank you all for your lovely comments, even the shit ones, because I love you all.
Aww.
So
no discrimination here.
No, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I will see you in January.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, just like the two lads have said, big love to all of you for this year, for all the support that you've given all us. I know we've been a bit light on the show over the last couple of months, but to health and work reasons. But we will be back in the new year, back to the normal schedule, and everything will be back to normal. I just want to wish every single one of you a happy Christmas, also a happy new year. Make sure that you stay safe, and we'll see you all back in January. Big love to the Rochford Project, big love to John Proper Coils as well. And also all the people on the replay, make sure you leave us for the new year. Big love to you all. Good night from us. Look after yourselves and have a great Christmas. Good night, sir.
Don't you think Mr. B's glasses make him look much more friendly?
It's just pity what I say doesn't. I have to have that balance, you know. My face says intelligent, my mouth says dickhead.